Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Shy Hopkins from the New Jersey Small Business Development Centers, and welcome back to the WWIB Women Warriors in Business Wednesday webinar. Yay! We're back, we're back, we're back. And I'm super excited, just like the red and the orange is super exciting, to be featuring Stephanie Burroughs again. Yay, Stephanie Burroughs! And Stephanie is back with Growing Grit to Energize Your Business for Success. This is going to be a powerful, powerful presentation, as I'm sure most of you who are familiar with Stephanie already know it's going to be a powerful presentation. So make sure you take notes, and Stephanie will have information to follow her at the end of this presentation. So make sure you jot that down. And no further ado, Stephanie, take it away.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Shy. I really appreciate you. Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Stephanie D. Burroughs, CEO of Stephanie Speaking, and I'm excited about being able to prepare and share this with you today. A little bit different from the last time. I've made some changes, and we're going to talk about 4 power principles for creating a successful life and business. You've probably been hearing more and more and more of the speakers talking not just from the business development side, but from the personal development side. And what I have found is that over all the years, over 40 years that I have been working with clients outside of speaking and training, coaching also, I found out from them that I help them in changing the mind, flipping a switch. And that's how they were able to take the actions in their business that it was necessary to take. So how many of you are taking the necessary actions by flipping the script of what you're thinking and speaking? I have a saying that what you think and speak, you reap. In other words, whatever you think and whatever you speak, because they're all energy, they manifest. So we need to always stay vigilant about what we're saying. So who am I? Well, I spent quite a few years, I must say, I left at the end of 2013 here at the SBDC as their Director of Procurement Programs. But I spent a lot of years helping business owners to be extremely successful, going after business with government, public agencies, and corporations. What I do now under Stephanie Speaking, I speak, obviously, I train and I coach, and I'm also an author of the book, Dating Your Business Prospect, which is all about practical strategies for successful business matchmaker meetings. But I focus in 2 specific areas in the business. Okay. There you go. I focus in 2 specific areas in the business, and for the business development side, again, it's all about going after those contracts. Business to government, business to public, business to corporate. And also for those of you who are scratching your heads about that certification stuff, all the different diversity certifications, not only do I assist you through it, but I was that person that sat on the other side of the desk and literally had to audit and make determinations on those for many, many years. So those diversity certifications, I'm well versed in. Our grit is our gift, if you think about it. Now, I have termed grit as an acronym, and what I'm talking about is being grounded, as you see here, resilient, intentional, and tenacious about everything we do, not just some things, but everything. One of the things that I find is that people don't necessarily apply who they are in all aspects of their lives also to the business. So there's this disconnect going on. I didn't realize that. I spoke with a client recently and I said to her, you know, how you are as a person in your business and in your business should flow. If you're one way with the kids, another way with your significant other, spouse, loved one, another way with the rest of the family, another way when you're at work, another way when you're in business. That's what I call a split personality. And when I shared that with the client, she said, oh my God, I never thought about it like that. I said, wow, it just takes too much energy. Why would you do that? If you are being your best self, and if you really know who you are, then that should transpire throughout everything that you're doing. You are your brand. You're the owner. You're the business owner. Until you get so big that they don't know who you are, like a Pepsi Cola or Pepsi. They don't even say cola anymore, do they? Then you are the person that they are affiliated or are thinking of when they see you. They think of your business, but only if you are consistent in who you are. Okay. Resilience, as I talked about it yesterday, being grounded, intentional, resilient, and tenacious. That's grit. This takes work. This takes work on you, work here, work in your business, work in your life. It means making shifts and changes. And there's some things that I have literally 16 practices that I coach people through, but we're not going there today. The definition: grit in psychology is a positive, non-cognitive trait based on an individual's passion for a particular long-term goal or end state, coupled with a powerful motivation to achieve their respective objective. So this is something that you can develop. It's not something that you just automatically have. You can develop it. I think every single one of us has a nugget of it in us, and it's just a matter of what we do to bring it out. I can tell you, ladies, if any of you have kids, I know you have grit. Just going through that process alone, 9 months, some 10, and then pushing it out, whoa, you got the grit. But you need to be able to activate it for all things when it's necessary. You're doing it with your children. I see many parents, in some instances, they're very focused in certain areas, and it takes a lot of grit for them to do that because maybe it's not necessarily a part of their personality, but they know that it's for the betterment of their child, and they do what they need to do. It takes grit, I'm just saying. So I'm going to talk about determination, fortitude, bravery, and courage. He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior, so says Confucius. Now, have you taken time to measure your level of performance? I'm sorry, your level of determination when it comes to bravery or courage? Think about a time when you had to exhibit that, when something happened and you demonstrated your bravery, your courage, or your fortitude, whether it was in a job, whether it was in your business, whether it was with the kids or the family members or a hobby or some organization that you're working with as a volunteer, whatever that is, somewhere along the line, you had to go through some things. So what you need to do is just write it down. You know, a lot of things that we're going through, we don't really pay attention, we're just going through it in the moment. But there are things that you should write down so that you have that to go back to when a situation that's similar should come up, or when a certain quality that you already have, it just needs to be exercised and used over and over and over until it becomes a part of you. Think about that. And if you have it written down, you have that to go back to and look at. It could be a part of your story. That's the kind of stories I want to hear, the lessons. I'm all about the lessons. Nothing more, nothing less. Just the lesson. Determination, the act of deciding definitely and firm or fixed intention to achieve a desired end. What is your intention? Take a moment to write it down. What is it that you have a desired outcome for? What are you looking for? Why are you doing what you're doing? In any area of your life, not anyone. It could be the business, and your business, this will be part of your business plan. Write it down. Fortitude is strength of mind that enables a person to encounter danger or bear pain or adversity with courage. Oh boy. As an entrepreneur, for those of you who are women warriors who actually served our country, you got the grit. Now apply it in your civilian life. It wasn't just for when you were serving. You are ahead of the game. Apply it in your life here, now. Bravery, the quality or state of having or showing mental or moral strength to face danger, fear, or difficulty. The quality or state of being brave. So when I was looking at that definition, difficulty, I've had so many people say to me, oh, but it's so hard. Please, just you getting here to be on earth, the person that pushed you out, it was difficult for them. It was challenging for them. They're the few that just slid out. Stop saying it's hard. What you think and speak, you reap. That which you say it is will become just that for you. Courage, the mental or moral strength to venture, persevere, and withstand danger, fear, or difficulty. And I know that in business, you're going to run up on some things a lot of the times that are, you're thinking, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? I hope that you have somewhere that you can go to for that extra strength, for that courage, for that bravery, that it's not all on you. I'm faith-based, so I surrendered. I know where to go. And my answers come to me. They're downloaded. It's so much simpler when you surrender. Sometimes things are going to come up that are really challenging for you. And you just got to make a decision to jump into the deep end of the pool. Are you willing to jump into the deep end of the pool? Are you willing to jump, as in this picture right here, into the deep end of the pool? I do that. I'm a swimmer. I love to just jump in, and then I love to float face forward and see how long I can do that before I flip over on the back. But here's what happens when you're jumping into the deep end of the pool. I always tell people you got 3 things you can do. You make the determination. You decide. Are you going to just allow yourself to sink? Oh, it's too hard. Oh, I don't know how to swim. Excuses, excuses, excuses. Are you hungry enough? Are you hungry, as Les Brown would say? Are you so hungry for something that you want to achieve and you're not going to allow this to stop you? This is the deep end, remember? You're in the deep end of the pool sometimes in your business. Sometimes you want to go after a contract and you're just not sure and you don't know if you're good enough. You're like, oh, I don't think I'm good enough. Oh, please, you're here. You're good enough. You may think that there's, I'm not, but if you think you're not going to win, then you're not. You already closed the door on that. So change your thoughts and then change the language so you can change the outcome. Or are you that person that says, you know what? I don't know how, but I'm going to do it anyway. And you end up not sinking, but floating. Because see, with the first one, you just sank, but you're going to float to the top. And for the person that said, I'm going for this, I'm going with gusto, I've got this, I'm ready for this, even if they don't know everything that they have to respond to in that request for proposal, they are still saying, I'm going for it because I know that I can provide this service. I know that I can provide this particular widget. I'm going for it. I'll figure it out along the way. I'll get the help I need along the way. And so they just jump in and they swim. So you're going to either sink, you're going to float, you're going to swim. Decide. Which one is it for you? If you're going to be ready to jump, if you're going to jump into the deep end of the pool, and one of the things you need to be is ready. So that means being prepared. In your business, you have to be prepared. You have to have the plan. And you have to be prepared. So what is your plan? Did you write the plan? Did you figure it out? You know you can change the plan along the way. You know that, right? Yes, you can. So be prepared. I did a Facebook Live on being prepared once. It wasn't starting out to be prepared, but in the midst of it, I was like, you got to be prepared in advance. Preparation means you've done something in advance of. Resolve is another part of this. To deal with successfully, to clear doubts, to resolve a dispute. How do you do that? How well do you do that? Or do you run from it? Or do you cringe? Do you feel like I'm not up to the challenge? See, whatever you tell yourself you feel, and I'm telling you right now, I'm not one for the feelings. Dr. Joan Rosenberg once, I was listening to her in a brain retraining program, and she said feelings are only meant to last 90 seconds. Write that down, 90 seconds. So the next time you get into the feeling thing, look at what you wrote down. 90 seconds. Here's what you do. You acknowledge, oh, look at what just came along. I'm feeling joyous right now. I'm going to acknowledge that. I'm going to let that percolate all in me. See, I'm not going to deal with the negative stuff. That stuff is going to come. I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, okay, I see you. And you are not serving me in any way whatsoever. Next. But the joy I'm going to let percolate for, the full 90 seconds. Then I got to let it go because I got to get back to work. It's still there. It never goes anywhere. It's still there. Let's be serious. To have resolve is to find an answer or to reach a firm decision. How many of you are decisive about what it is you're doing, what you want to do, what your plan is, how you're going to move forward, whatever it is? Decisive about what you're going to purchase, when you're going to purchase it, how you're going to purchase it. Decisive. When I make a decision, it's a decision. It's not that it's so fast that I haven't thought it through, but pretty much I already know what I'm doing. I already know my why. I already know the purpose for it. I've done the research. Have you done your research? How many of you are doing research? I research everything. So when it comes to the business, definitely we should all be doing the research we need to do. But I'm like, if I'm just going to purchase something, I got to go through, responsible buyer. Where am I getting the best value? Where am I getting the best pricing? Where am I getting the best material? Whatever that is. Being decisive about whatever it is, not hemming and hawing and fluctuating back and forth between. Let's just make a decision based on having done the homework, based on your criteria of what you need, why you need it, how you need it, where you need it, and how you're going to go after finding it. And it's just make the decision and go. I said to someone, I was saying to Shy Hopkins earlier, who introduced me, and she was saying, but I was thinking about I need to do da-da-da-da-da. I was like, done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. Those of us who were perfectionists, notice I say were. I'm a recovering perfectionist, recovering controller, and that equals a recovering procrastinator. So thank God for that. Oh, moving forward. It's so much easier now. You have to do the work, though. It doesn't just happen on its own. You have to do the work. And then to bounce forward. This is all about resilience. Bouncing forward. People say bounce back all of the time. I don't know about you, but I don't want to bounce back. I want to bounce forward. Don't you want to bounce forward? Don't you want to bounce forward where if you're 5'7" and you fall forward, so you get up, 5 feet 7 inches ahead. Just something that I read in John Maxwell's Failing Forward. Well, I'm just five. I am 5 feet strong. So therefore, when I fall, I want to fall forward. And the funny thing is, can I just share something with you? I actually did that just a few weeks ago. I fell forward. I got the scars and the still healing of some parts of my body. It was absolutely insane. It was late evening. I'd been sick for about a month, or I don't like to say sick because people who are really, really, really sick are sick. I was dealing with something and it was affecting me. But on that day, that evening, in fact, late evening, coming home, I was walking across from the garage, city garage where I parked. And you had to go from one curb to the other curb across. And I had bag on wheels, bag on the shoulder, bag strapped across me. And I had taken some B12 5000 and it had hit me. And I had pep in my step. I had been to another part of New Jersey and I'd been to several different towns and come all the way back. And I had all this pep in my step because of that B12 5000. And I'm just rolling along with my stuff and I'm feeling good. I got everything I want. And suddenly I felt the right leg roll from under me. And it rolled because it caught on some rock salt. Not even the ice, rock salt. That one rolled back behind me as I was stepping forward to go onto the other curb. And next thing I knew, when this one rolled back, I hit the air flying. I was like Superwoman, arms outstretched, legs outstretched. And when I landed forward on my face. I had the bag that was on wheels was laying next to me. I'm in the middle. The other bag was laying next to me. Looked like 3 people laying out there on the concrete. Hot mess. Compose myself. I'm that person that laughs at falls. So I could see in my mind's eye what I looked like. I was just sorry nobody had the picture or caught it on video. We could have sent it in to World's Most Funniest Videos and perhaps won. I'm just saying. But I regained my equilibrium. I went down so fast and hard, and it was so shocking to me that I jumped up without thinking about it. I looked to each side. I was like, I got 3 people here. Let's get up. And we jumped right up. We recovered immediately. How long does it take you to recover from a setback in your business? Sometimes it takes time. I know It can take time sometimes to recover. But the thing is, if you're focused on doing the work you need to do that you know you need to do consistently, continuously, purposefully, you will recover in time. It's not just always our time. It's not always necessarily when we want it to happen. If you can let go of that, just let go of the I want, when I want it. No, that's not how things work in the universe here. Then you just let that go and do the work. Whatever it is you need to overcome in your business, whatever it is you need to overcome in your life, whatever you need to overcome in anything that you are involved in, just submit to the process. Write out the process, what all needs to be done, and then do the work. And don't complain, and do it with a smile, even if you don't feel like it, because we know about those feelings, right? Only lasting 90 seconds. And oh, by the way, feelings are your ego. Ego wants to keep you in a certain place. And I say kick the ego to the side. So you want to regain when you recover by bringing back to normal position or condition. To regain a normal position or condition, as in your health. Yeah, I got up. I still have the scar. Hopefully it's covered. I don't know. I did my best. And I had my tissues and I'm blotting because there was blood coming out. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. What's going on here? And I found out later when I got inside and, I knew my knee was hurting. So I went to inspect that and I had 2 nice holes and was like, okay, we know what to do. Already I knew there was pain. So I knew what the plan was. I already was prepared because I had what I needed in the medicine cabinet of the Sovereign Colloidal Silver. I do things from a wellness perspective. I like to use natural products. So I already was prepared because I had the products there. I had the Band-Aid there and I knew what I needed to do. And I already had the plan in my head before I even got there. I said, something's hurting. I'm bleeding. Let me find out what's going on. But I got what I need to take care of this. And the rest of the healing is just time. But I continue each day as I watch the changes taking place in the challenge that I have with the knee, the little 2 holes. Healing, going through the scabbing, the first layer peeling off, going back into healing mode, probably another one, but just continue to use the product that I know is going to bring me to the goal, to the intention that I had. The one above the lip, that one healed quickly and I had to put the stuff on, but it was like 1, 2, 3. But when you have a joint, it takes a little longer. So, strong foundation. What does your foundation look like? If you're in the construction industry, you should know what this looks like. The higher the skyscraper, the deeper the foundation that they dig, and the more they're going to put down in terms of the rebar, which is your concrete, your steel, and the concrete that's going on here. So that having a strong foundation for you as an individual. And you have to decide, am I going to walk around living on rocky ground, sandy ground, watery ground, or am I going to be on solid ground with a strong foundation? So for the construction, there's the steel or the rebar, and then there's the concrete, and then it's a specific type of concrete based upon the weight of what it's going to hold. For us as individuals, we need to look at what our core values are, what our core beliefs are. Remember, your core values were formed, many of them were formed before you knew what was happening, from the time you were born to the time you were about 6 years of age. Every single place that you've been in, every single environment, and the words that people are using all around you, all the different people that have been near you, all of that downloaded directly without filters. So it's no wonder why people have a lot of miseducation when it comes to the core values. These are things that you haven't even thought about yet, but some things you've heard said, the environments that you have been in have impacted you and have become a part of your core values. Begin to write them down. See them in front of you. To think is to put it in ink, I was once taught. So when you write this down, you're activating a certain portion of the brain. And you want to be able to look at this and say, wait a minute, is this how I want to live? This because I look at your core values like the basics of your business plan. What did you put in that business plan? Look to see where the similarities are between you, if at all. Or because you might be the split personality, I don't know. Core beliefs. Remember, your core beliefs are your beliefs. They're not fact necessarily. They're not necessarily truth. They're your beliefs. Write them down. What is it you believe? Where did it come from? It's important to know where these things came from if you can. Some things you're not going to remember, but other things you've now piled on, you will know where they came from. So for your core values, let's see if you can write 3. Just write 3. Because really, every decision you make begins there. Every decision, without thought, begins with our core values. And we look at our decisions and we have to really take a closer look. Is this really benefiting whatever? Is this really what I want this decision to be? How is it aligning with your intention? Is it aligning with your intention? If not, you really need to reevaluate. I told someone, I was speaking to a group one time and I said to them, it's okay to change your core values. It's okay to change your core beliefs. There's nothing that says that you have to remain the same. How can you possibly grow and have a thriving business if we just stay stuck in our mess? If we stay stuck in the stuff that we thought this is how I am. No, it's not. It's what you made yourself. It can be undone. I give you permission to step into change. What are your life goals? And how does it align with your business? It's really important that you know this. Because if your business is getting real shaky, are you real shaky? You are the same person going over here as you are going over here, from life to business, from home to business, from life to work, play to, from being in a play mode. Do you all even play? I know a lot of people are not. I'll stop at that one. Goals, life. Okay, let's talk about the grind. Are you willing to grind? I mean, are you willing to work 8 to 8 no matter what? You got to give up stuff. You got to let stuff go. You got to tell the family, look, from this time to this time, no interruptions whatsoever. Say it like you mean it. Ladies, if you don't have a man in there that can go deep on the voices and have your back on this is what you do. But you base that voice, okay? Bring it down. What did I just say? Repeat it to me. Say it like you mean it, because some of you just, mollycoddling. I'm just saying. I'm the daughter of a Marine. Here, my mom raised me as if I was one of the troops, okay? I was in boot camp for 17 years. Lord have mercy, I couldn't wait to get out. You have no clue. They were hard. They were tough on me mentally and physically. I'm just saying. There were no excuses to be made. So I'm an excuseless person as a result of that. There was so much about them that I said, I don't like this and I don't like that. But that was to myself. You dare not say that out loud. Would still be here talking to you right now. However, this is like that trick God played on me. I see so much of my father in me. The one person I didn't want to be anything like. It's scary. But you know what? At this time in my life, I'm so glad. Because I'm not the typical. Because I don't see things the same, and I don't listen to the same, and I don't watch the same. And I know how to surround myself with only that's going to help me build up, be better, be greater, so that I can help you be better, be greater, because you're going to have to do the work on your own so that you can have the success that you totally want in your life. I want you to have success. The most important thing to me for business owners is having success. For those that I work with on the thought therapy side, and I'm giving you a lot of my thought therapy stuff out of the Grit Factor, because it's so relevant to everything we do in life, and especially in our businesses. I can't tell you the stories I've had to hear. If I weren't who I was, I'd break down. Before I go there, I'm just going to say growth equals change. Change equals more growth. So let's put it down like this. Write it down. Growth equals change equals growth. Are you ready to grow? If you are, that means you're ready to change. Are you ready to change? Woo! Some of you may be like, heart palpitations. It's okay. If we're not growing, we're dying. So what are you doing? Make the decision and begin to take the actions necessary. Be fully present to what's happening around to and within you. Fully present. Examine yourselves. Have those quiet moments where you really go deep and begin to examine and write down the things you know that need to be carved out. Write down the things that you know you need to do to keep continuing to grow and to continue to change. Write down what that change felt like to you. Write down the oh my gosh, when you recognize a change in yourself, you should be having a hallelujah party or going and having dinner with a friend, or just get up in your office. If you do like I do, like, you are the bomb. Woo! You got to encourage yourself. Stop looking for someone else to encourage you. Encourage yourself and be consistently aware of what's happening outside of you, but don't take it in. Too many people living outside in instead of inside out. Most people are defined by their titles, their cars, their house, where they came from. Now, I didn't spell this. I see the error. I'm just saying, I took it directly. You see who wrote, whose quote this is? I don't know. Maybe they misspelled when they put it in the quote book. I don't know. So they'll be like, oh, she spelled the word wrong. No. I just took it. Where they came from, their color, their race, their religion. You know, when I ask people, who are you? I did this at a workshop once, and I said, who are you? Anybody want to stand and say who they are? But then I gave them a caveat. I said, I don't want to hear that I'm a parent, I'm a sister, I'm a brother, I'm an aunt, I'm an uncle, I don't want to hear that. That's just your station in life. That's what you chose to do and how you came into the world, and the family and all that. I'm a mom, I'm a dad, I'm a wife, I'm a whatever. Significant other. No. I'm asking, strip all that stuff as he's talking about. You said, I'm an architect, I'm an engineer. No, that's what you do. Strip it all away. Who's left? Now write that down. Look at all the talents that you have, or whatever it is that you have. Write it down. Write them down if there's more than one. You got to get to know you. I want to talk to you. Isn't there a song that they say that? I think I hear that. I don't remember who it is. I don't know why I have Kevin Hart in my mind, but I heard this thing. It says, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. Who's in here that's buried under all the other gunk? Because how can I help you walk through this landmine of regulations and all the other stuff that you have to go through if you're going to go after government contracts, public contracts, corporate contracts? How are you going to get through all of that without feeling like, oh, they got something out for you, or they're not, they don't like you, or they already know who they're going to work? I mean, come on. Stop it. Seriously. Really. I've heard it all. Resilience. Being prepared. This is a train derailment that I was on for Amtrak back in 2015. It was either 15 or 16. I'm losing track now. Time is going so quickly. Outside of Pennsylvania, we're in some little town, and unfortunately, people were working on the tracks, and there wasn't communication, and a huge piece of equipment went through the train. But it was only those that were on the track, the 2 men that didn't get to go home that night. So, my prayers to their family continuously. However, it was seeing how people reacted on the train. Now, understandably, each train car had a different reaction. So, it's like that ripple effect, but the ripple might get harder as it goes further. It's really weird because I walked around asking people, how are they? Are you okay? I literally was praying over some folks because they were crying and I didn't understand. I'm like, okay, so are you feeling any different from what you felt when you first got on the train? No. So is anything hurting? No. So we're still here, right? Yes. Why are you crying? I felt like an alien, I need to understand. I hear a lot of people crying today. Why? Because they were letting all the noise from outside. Oh, I didn't know if it was this. See, we grew up where we had to get up underneath desks during the Cold War. So I don't understand all the crying. I know that a lot of it is from post-traumatic stress syndrome from 911. It's still live and well, but there are a lot of people that weren't here there then, but they're picking that up from everyone else around them. So my thing is, you know what? If you're prepared and you have worked on being resilient, then you're going to bounce forward. You're going to jump ahead of the rest. In your business, if things are not going the way that you thought that they should go, if you're having some challenges, look at your systems. Do you have all of the systems you need in place? Do you have all of the processes that you need in place? I'm not going to get into that now. There's a way that we can talk and meet, and you can learn more. Resolve, bounce forward, recover, regain. So what happened here? I was on my way to do a shoot and I had like 2 day full days of shooting a video for an online training program that I was doing. So I was going down to Maryland, I believe it was, to do this. And I knew to leave early. I like always to leave, the day before and early at that, because you never know what's going to happen. So I'm always going to be prepared. Well, I'm going to say, Girl Scouts out there, be prepared. Y'all know what that is. It works and it'll be with you as an adult. If you were in the Girl Scouts, Brownies, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, whatever, it's going to be with you as an adult, because there's some things that we were taught that have stayed with me always, and that's be prepared. So that's like not last minute jumping on a flight or a plane or whatever to get to where you're going. No, day before, early, because that day took me all day to get where I was going, because we had to literally go backwards. And sometimes in our businesses, we go backwards, right? We go backwards sometimes just so that we can learn certain lessons so that now we can leap forward. Well, that was to the side. Because somebody's going to say, oh, she leaped to the side. She said forward. I know, y'all. I have worked with too many businesses, thousands of people in business over these years. If I say, they're going to figure out how old I am. Not that I have a problem with that, but So we made it through on this. A lot of people went home. Talk about lack of resilience. When they got us back to Philly, a lot of people went back home. Can't even, what? There's nothing wrong with you physically, although some were making up that it was. I was like, that's just sad. But you're going back home? You paid all this money to get on this train to go somewhere where you were obviously going to do something, and you're going backwards? Grit says we don't quit. Hello, didn't that rhyme? I just made that one up. Grit, write it down, says we don't quit, says Dr. Stephanie D. Burroughs. We don't quit. We keep charging ahead. We have the plan. We're already prepared. We're not quitting. You kidding me? I stayed on. I did what I had to do, got where I had to go. And yes, I spent 2 full days in front of a camera doing that, putting together the online training program. But this is a reminder to me. It was an opportunity to grow my grit even further, to change, to shift. I didn't think about the what ifs and the what coulds. It didn't. I'm thinking ahead. What are you thinking? Intentional living means making choices for your life based on your greatest values, not the habits of others. So when you start sitting down and identifying what your habits are, then you begin to identify who you are now. Now you write out who you want to become. When you're intentional, you're immovable. You are not easily swayed from your position. You have aim at the goal or the intention, and you're constantly focused on that. So nothing is taking your eye off the prize. Nothing. Stuff will come. Stuff will happen. But that doesn't mean your eye is taken away from the prize. You may have to deviate for a hot minute to take care of something, but you will return, never having let go of the prize, the focus, the intention. You have a written plan. You spend all this time doing a business plan, and then how much time do you spend reading it and activating it and making certain and looking at what's happening in your business? And are you doing the things you wrote you would do in the business plan? Are you doing the things you wrote that you would do in your business? Are you selling the product and service you said you would sell in your business? Boy, have I seen deviations. Choices. Are you confused by a variety of choices? Are you a really creative person? I have had so many people, and I know that they're creatives. The minute I ask them, what is it you do? And they start giving me like a plethora of things until my brain hurts. I'm like, hold it, wait, it's too much. It's too much. As a speaker, I do one thing in different ways. I speak, I communicate, and I'm informing, impacting, inspiring through that. But it may be as a speaker on stage or in the front of the room. It may be as a workshop facilitator, or it may be as a coach, or it may be what I take from all of that and put into the books. It's just one thing. Focus on the one. Put your focus on the one thing. Grow that. Get to have the success in that. And then begin, perhaps, if you're still interested, to bring in another leg to the business. And values. Is your intention based upon your core values? So here's something I got from Deepak Chopra. He said, intention attracts, attention expands. So in other words, whatever we put our intention on, we are attracting, and we're going to expand it with our intention. Just imagine expanding your attraction, what you're attracting to yourself. Ooh, what do you want to attract to yourself? Write it down. If you want to reach your goals and fulfill your potential, become intentional about your personal growth. It will change your life. John Maxwell. Some of you don't know who that is. Look him up. Read up about him. Remaining steadfast and committed to your vision or goals, and stay purposeful in all that you do. Not willy-nilly. Not because this is the fad. Because the fads are coming and going too fast. I don't know about you, but I can't keep up. 1 minute this is in, the next minute that's in. I'm just like, whatever. Let me stay focused on what I do, what I know how to do, and how I know and how to do it. And just stay focused on that, the one thing, in order to successfully gain in that space and have success in that space. What do you do that's different? What differentiates you from the rest of the crowd? Don't use willy-nilly generalized words. Be specific. And then finally, be tenacious. Come on. I want you to be tenacious. I liken myself to a pit bull. When I want something bad enough, oh my gosh, I'm not letting anything get in my way. It's like I put my teeth on that thing and I'm not letting go. We're going to get it done. It will get done. Now, I'm not saying it's going to get done in the time frame that I set for myself. Boy, have I been learning lessons on that one. But we get it done. In fact, I asked someone once who used to be the assistant executive director of our major transportation agency here in New Jersey. And they've blessed me so many different ways. It's ridiculous, but always in a way that put money in my bank account. Hello, through business, through contracts, through referring me to other people. And I asked them, why did you always do that? They're retired now and enjoying their lives. But what she said was just like, because I wasn't focused on it. It was just who I am. Hello? You got to know who you are. And she said, because you get things done. What did I just say? Get it done. Stay focused on the one thing and get it done. When you start splitting up your focus, nothing gets done. And then you're left in utter confusion. And then you get depressed and on and on and on it goes. Oh, no, we're not having that. Stay firm in your decisions, persistent. How quickly do you give up? Do you give up? I know a lot of women out here that don't give up. They have become so exceedingly successful, but I've seen them when they had troubles. And I've seen them when they had issues. So therefore, I'm going to say, you need to know what your breaking point is and then go beyond that. I was in one of my yoga classes, and the yoga instructor said to us, yoga is not just, there's 8 limbs to yoga. And it's good to really learn those 8 limbs and what that's all about. What that means, it's a way of life, okay? That for me was so resounding because it was so close to the word that I read. And but more importantly, he said, it's not just about the asanas or the poses. He said, yoga is that space between where you are and when you reach beyond where you are. Space between is yoga. So that's like in your business, you get to that point where you feel like I can't do it anymore. I've done all I know how to do. And oh my gosh, I'm stuck here. And I don't know, maybe I should give this up. Maybe this isn't right for me. You got all these different excuses and what have you. You get somebody who can help you. You get yourself a coach that can help you through that process, because where you stand right now, and we're working with you to move beyond that, and here's strategy to help you move beyond that, and that space in between. Oh, that's yoga. He hit me so hard with that because he told us in the beginning, he said, I'm going to ask you to stretch, to do something a little further beyond. So we would be in a certain position. We were doing chair yoga, and it was the hardest thing ever. You want to know, it was no joke. Talk about hurt. But he said, and you would be in a certain position over this chair, and you feel like, oh, I can't go any further. So maybe my hand is right here. I don't know if the camera can catch this, but I'm about maybe a foot to 1 to 2 feet away from the floor. And he said, come on, I need you to stretch further. I need you to, and I'm touching the floor. And I was so shocked that I could do that. But he prepped us. And he said, I want you to know where the yoga lies from when you're here and when you go here. I don't know if y'all get that, but I get chills. And tenacious also, the knowing what you want is half the battle. The trick to it is to stay tenacious and not let any setback derail you. So that derailment I was in didn't let it stop. I was resolute. I was persistent. I was determined. I wasn't giving up, and I wasn't making any excuses. I was going to get it done. But sometimes we need to take a time out for ourselves. So when did you last work out, ladies? Because I've been talking to a lot of you, and you're not. And you're not taking care of yourself. And you're not taking care of your bodies. And if you don't take care of you, how can you possibly be your best in your business? Put forward your best foot. Help everyone else in your business put forward their best foot. When's the last time you did a getaway by yourself, by yourself, by yourself? You don't always have to be surrounded by people in the crowd. You need time out. You need time alone just so that you can work on yourself. When's the last time you got an annual physical from head to toe, including your skin? I learned that years ago from one of those old Oprah shows. And they said the biggest organ on your body, people forget all about getting it examined, and that's your skin. So I went to a dermatologist and got my skin checked. Head to toe. When's the last time you spent a day with your phone off? Oh, I know people having a heart attack now. Oh my God, no phone? Are you kidding me? I got to, and I have to, let it go. Take a holiday, take a weekend, take a day off on the weekend, take a day off during the week, whatever it is. Get off the phone. And when's the last time you spent a day not looking at a screen of any kind? Go to a hotel somewhere and hang out in the pool and go to the spa, whatever, just you. You know, I could name a couple of places that are really reasonable that are not hotels and they're spas and they're in Jersey, but you know, I'm not going to do that because I'm not getting paid for that. Just saying. I'm a business owner. Let us not get it twisted. Pamper yourself. When's the last time? Always worried about everybody else, but your health is failing. Do you focus on what you eat? Do you know whether or not what you eat is right for your particular blood type, right for your particular body? These are all things that make a difference in how you show up in the world, how you show up in your business, and how your business is going to show up in time. So spend some time do you ever spend time in deep thought defining who you really are, not who you've created yourself to be, your purpose and your talents? This takes grit, I know. But why is it okay for you to focus on everybody else and not you? I don't understand that, ladies. I'm not typical. I don't get it. Why don't you join me in the atypical club? I got a way for you to do that. Are you currently working with a business or a life coach? Are you educating yourself about how to overcome common illnesses that we all know about? I got something for you. This is taking a time out for yourself. This is not to come to some place and sit down and listen to somebody talking to you, talking at you. No, we want you comfortable because we're going to have you do certain little exercises and certain activities that are going to help you with some of the things I've already talked about. But in addition to that, you're going to learn some things that will help you that you can walk out that day and do immediately and continue to do. Let me give you something to do right now, every single day before you get out of the bed. This is something you should say. You open your eyes that morning, first thing coming out. Something great is happening to me and through me today. Write it down. Something great is happening to me and through me today. What have I done? I have just spoken an intention of what and I don't have to know what that thing is. We don't have to know what it is. Every single day I say this, something great is coming through me, because I know when it's coming through me, because I get the chills. I know that's the Spirit, Holy Spirit talking to me. And I'm doing something that is within my gift, and it's what I do anyway, my purpose, my business, my gifting, talent. I know when it's coming through, and I feel it. And it never fails me that something great happens to me that day. What are you doing to change the way you're thinking about things? I have a plethora of things going on. Some of them are automated. Some of them are on the phone. Some of them are on the computer. It's just so cool because it's about change, and it's time to change. And don't you think it's time to change? If so, I encourage you to sign up to come out. This is right in Montclair, New Jersey. So if you're a Jersey person, come on out. You have to pre-register. It's only $45, and we're going to give you hundreds of dollars worth of activities and information that literally somebody's going to have like an aha moment. Somebody's going to be transformed right in that moment, and somebody's going to be like, that's all I had to do in order to overcome that. I'm living proof of overcoming a lot of stuff just by living a wellness center, holistic lifestyle. I'm just saying. At the age of 65. Hello. I'm dancing, I'm Zumbaing, I go to underground house head parties, I'm working. I worked out so hard the other day, first time in 5 weeks. I was back in the gym after being really, really, really under the weather. I worked out so hard, I just forgot myself. I was like, 50 pounds, oh yeah, I got that. I couldn't even raise my arms yesterday. Craziness. But the bottom line is I could. So, candid conversations for women only. You want to know more, you can always, this is about the book that I have out. But you can always go to my website. You can find that there, purchase. You can always go to schedule an appointment with me. If you want an appointment with me that has to do with anything to do with the procurement side and you're a New Jersey person only, then you can make that appointment with me. meetme.so/NJSBDC clients. I do everything online. I'll meet with you on Zoom. Same thing if you're coming at me for the grit, you want to know more about it, you want to understand more, you just want to have an initial conversation to get an understanding of what's going on here. Here's your way of doing that. meetme.so/Stephanie Speaking LLC. Follow me. There's my speaker profile, website, email, my Gritty Gazette e-newsletter that you can sign up for. I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, WordPress, and again, the Gritty Gazette e-newsletter, where I put a lot of information in there about what's going on for those of you who want to know for your business. And that's it. I am thankful and grateful for you staying and hanging with me and listening to me. And I hope you took some great notes. I hope not, but I don't want you to just have the notes. I want you to get up and do something. I want to hear from you. I want to know that you have made a change, that something I said shifted something in you, and you're ready to move forward. I'm Dr. Stephanie D. Burroughs, CEO of Stephanie Speaking. The light me bows to and honors the light in you. I love you with the love of the Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Stephanie. Isn't she awesome? Powerful. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
So, yay. Yay. I hope you took copious notes. You can, let me see if I can try to bring back up the information sheet.
Yes.
So that people can see where to find you at.
Mm-hmm.
So here's all the information to connect with Dr. Burroughs. Excuse me. If you have any questions, feel free to post one of those questions about today's or any of those questions from today's presentation on either of these, and Stephanie will definitely get back to you. You can also email me directly at shyeka.hopkins@rutgers.edu, and that's shayeka.hopkins@rutgers.edu, and I will make sure to forward those emails straight over to Stephanie so she can get back to you. You can also just jot down a couple of questions in the chat window, and we'll be able to get those questions over to Stephanie as well, and I'm pretty sure she'll just respond for you too. So, yay, super awesome. So this presentation is over, but Women Warriors in Business, the actual event is coming up for 2019 on May 9th, which is a Thursday, and also coincidentally, National Small Business Week. So make sure to put that into your search engines, Women Warriors in Business. It's going to be held at the College of New Jersey in Ewing. It's going to be a powerful program. You can find out more about it at www.njsbdc-womenwarriors.weebly.com. And we're done. This is good. All right. Have a good day, guys. Thank you so much. And we will see you next time. Bye.